Hello everybody, it's me, Gingy. Welcome back to Ginger Books, or welcome if you are just stumbling upon this page. And yes, I just totally did my intro backwards, but that's okay. And of course, if you're just stumbling on this page and you want to stick around for more and be notified when I post fun bookish and Sims content, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you are notified. I post fun content like this and Sims content every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So today I am bringing you a tier ranking video. We haven't done one of these in a while, and what better way to bring it back with doing one of my favorite book series of all time now, A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So we're going to tier rank pretty much all of them, all of the characters that are technically that make up the inner circle, plus a few extra. I did try to do two side characters that are introduced in the Court of Silver Flame book, but I could not find art for them on Pinterest, which is also another thing. Down in the description below, I did post all of the links to the pictures that I am using so that those people who either uploaded these photos or created these photos, these wonderful works of art of these characters, are getting the credit they deserve. So definitely go check out their Pinterest. Most of these photos, actually no, all of these photos I found on Pinterest. So anyways, let's get into the video. All right, so as you can see, I'm kind of blocking one of the pictures a little bit, but that's okay. So our tier rankings here, we have 5 ranks. We have the best, enough said, so that means no explanation. Don't, just hands down, 5 out of 5 for me. Love them. I will fight you on it. It's fine. Number 4, rough around the edges, but still the best. Like, there is still something that's just like, maybe doesn't belong in the best for me, but it's still the best. Couple of things that might bother me of the character. Needs work, but okay, we see you. Which means the character does need some character growth or maybe a little bit more development, but I don't hate them. Needs a lot of work. This is like saying that I kind of dislike the character. I hope maybe they get a redemption or something like that. If not, they go down and immediately the get out. And get out is just get out of here. Like, I don't like that character at all. I don't think they hold any purpose to the story unless they're going to set up a side story later on following that character. Otherwise, just get out. You don't do anything for the story. All right. So, and I may mispronounce these names wrong, so please bear with me. I have tried to sit down and pronounce these names, but I'm probably going to still butcher some of them. So just saying. So we have Armen here, who's kind of blocked. Now, she's going to go up the best, enough said, because I really love how strong-willed of a character she is, because, I mean, to be honest, she's like, the reference is as a god trapped in a human's body, so it's nice to see her character growth of this ethereal being that has, like, no emotions to actually having, like, human emotions and kind of becoming human. So I loved her character growth throughout the whole entire series. And I was really sad when she left, but ended up coming back. So, now Morrigan. This one's a tough one, because I feel like she should be in the best, enough said. But there's a couple of things of her character that I would love to see grow a little bit more. So I'm going to put her rough around the edges, but still the best. I would love to see a spin-off series of her finally finding her mate and coming out as her own person instead of feeling like she has to be suppressed by her father. So, Azriel. This is hard too. I'm going to put him up here. This may change. Just because I do love his character, but it just feels like we don't get enough of him, and I hope we are going to soon. So, enough said. Cassian. I love him. I love him. And we'll get to that when we get to one certain character later on and why. Lucien. So, I feel like he's just been so mistreated. But I think he needs to go and needs work, but okay, we see you. I really love Lucien. Like, I will protect him to the day just because I feel so bad for him because of how life and the cards have dealt him. But I also feel like he lets his emotions control him a little bit more than he should in making decisions and almost kind of forcing himself on Elain when Elain didn't want anything to do with this life. So I think he needs a little work, and with some character growth, I bet he can probably go up to tier 4. I think he could. Nesta. Okay, I know a lot of people did not like Nesta at first in the series, but when you read A Court of Silver Flame, you'll understand why she is the way she is, and the biggest character growth for her throughout that whole entire book. I loved her from the beginning because I felt like she was misunderstood, kind of like Lucien, and I loved her. Even though there was some times where I felt like she could have opened up, but completely understand why now after reading A Court of Silver Flame. I'm jumping on that bandwagon, but I do not like Elain. Because I feel like her character really did nothing for the series. I think she relies too much on her looks and her status to really, I don't know. She just seems like a very off character to me. I don't like how she goes between Lucien and Azriel. I don't like how she plays with them. That's not cool. Also, I understand she went through the trauma of she never wanted this life. I mean, it was forced upon her. But then she comes around and bashes Nesta for how she reacted to the whole change thing and watching her father die before her eyes, even though it was the same father too. I didn't like that at all. She was very judgmental of even Feyre. And then she somehow flipped sides and became very judgmental of Nesta, which Feyre was trying to be understanding of what Nesta was going through. I just don't like her character. Her character causes unnecessary drama, and if you want my honest opinion, I feel like her character is gonna, like, turn evil for a while. I don't know. I just have that feeling. I don't know. I don't really like her character very well. I just felt if Elain was out of the story, it wouldn't really affect the story at all. So, yeah. All right, Feyre. So, I love her. I really do, but I may have to put her in rough around the edges for right now. But she is still the best. There's some times where, you know, I almost feel like if I don't have an example, she should just be in the best. Enough said. You know what? Yeah. I really do love her character. There is probably faults to her character, but that is okay because not every character is perfect. And, you know, not all of them up here are perfect and the best. Enough said. And I think that's what makes them the best. So, and they don't pretend to be perfect. Mr. Rhysand. So this is going to be a little controversy. To be honest, if there was a tier in between rough around the edges and needs work, but okay, he should fall in there because, really, to be honest, he had some interesting behavior throughout the whole series. Like, I get it, he's gone through a lot of trauma, especially with Marita, trying to, you know, battle that while also trying to give Feyre her freedom that she deserves, even though it caused Feyre having to kick back at him a lot. Obviously not as bad as Tamlin. But I didn't like him in A Court of Silver Flames. Like, a lot of his true colors came out, and I understand he was trying to protect Feyre, but if that was really your equal, your soulmate, you wouldn't be keeping stuff from her to protect her. And also the way he really judged Nesta and didn't give her a time or day, where Cassian kind of did at first, but he wanted to give her a time of day to at least, like, prove herself, along with, you know, Feyre, even though she wasn't getting her hopes up. But it kind of made me go, yikes. I still love him, though. I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but it was, buddy, you're not any better than Tamlin when you do that, so... And of course, there's Tamlin. Now, a lot of people will probably think I'm going to put him in Get Out. No. I think the way Tamlin decided to deal with what happened to him and everybody else in his kingdom was wrong. Controlling Feyre was wrong. However, I feel like that's the way he learned to cope with it, so he wouldn't lose anybody he loved. And plus, he really wasn't, like, listening to his own heart and mind. He was listening to everybody else. I really don't think he would have been the king or the ruler of the Spring Court if he had a choice. So, I feel like he should get somewhat of a redemption arc. I really, really hope. Please, Sarah J. Maas, give him a redemption arc because I want to see him actually be happy, please. And finally get what he deserves, finally. And he did try to make amends towards the end, so come on. Even though it wasn't enough, I think he still has a lot to prove, but, you know. Alright, so that is my tier rankings of the ACOTAR series, or A Court of Thorns and Roses series characters, the Inner Circle, as plus with the sisters. And, well, Lucien and Tamlin. So thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you liked my tier ranking. Please leave your opinions down in the comments. Nice opinions. Be civil here. Of where you think that some of these characters should lie. I love to see your guys' opinions and take into consideration. Sometimes I do change my mind where I'm like, okay, I didn't see it that way. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great start to their week, and I will see you in the next video.